Okay, let's just see where the total crypto market cap and Bitcoin closed the week and more importantly, the month. So, first we're going to take a look at the total crypto market cap here and we're going to look at it on the weekly chart. And what we really see with this is that this 45-degree angle has been important the whole time. Price has always gravitated towards it, and right now it's still below, right? But is it going to go farther down? Like, probably not. And the reason why is a couple of things here. And one of them is the Fibonacci retracement. And the 618 has held as support, right? Look at this last weekly candle. We can see that the last weekly candle was just a wick and a doji. And usually, like doji candles, they signal a trend change. So that means we can probably see it come back up to the 7-1 around 2.354 trillion, and even possibly back up to the 786 at 2.527, right? So ultimately, this looks like a good reversal for things to continue higher and higher. And even though it's below the 45 now, it's not really that significant because we see in the past it's oscillated back and forth before. But the main thing is getting back above this orange level right here and the 886. And once that happens, then things can continue back towards all-time highs, break these arcs, and continue higher and higher and higher, right? So let's just go to the log scale chart real quick, and I'll show you another confluence as well. So this log scale chart is very, very symmetrical, and we can see that this arc back in 2021 was the top, right? It was the market top. And ever since then, it trended down, down, down. And now what do we really see? We see that price is once again on top of the arc. So that looks right here that this wick down to the top of the arc right there was a support level. And it seems like this arc is flipping to a support, which means that price should gravitate higher and higher to the next level eventually, right? Right up here at 45 trillion market cap. Because if we look in the past, we can see how well each level held, right? This level was important. This blue level was important right here. And now the next level is going to be important in the future at 45 trillion. So this is what we're really looking at. Now, let's go to the monthly candles. And we can see see a little bit better, right? When we add on the Ichimoku here, and we can add on the EMAs as well, the 8 and the 21, we can see that it's still 100% bullish with those indicators, right? 100% bullish. It's above everything. It's above the conversion line, the baseline, the cloud. The cloud is green for the monthly chart. Again, that just really means the total crypto market cap is kind of ready to continue higher and higher in the near future or later on this summer, right? We'll see. But let's also include the bull market support band. I know Cantonese Cat loves to use this one, so let's put it on there and see. We can see that it held as well, right? If we zoom in a little bit, the bottom has been holding as support right there. So that's also another confluence that is not really ready to go lower. And if we look at the past, it's basically been riding it all the way up. And now it could probably continue up to the top part of it, around 2.363 trillion. And eventually it'll break above to continue higher and higher. But as we can see, there's many, many confluence of support for the total crypto market cap that is not really going to go lower right now because that last weekly close, that last monthly close, it was support, right? We can see with this last monthly close right here, it was closed above support. It did not close below the support band. It did not close below those levels. It held everything very, very nicely for a continuation higher. Now, let's go check out Bitcoin. So here's the Bitcoin chart, and if you remember my last video, I'll post it at the end of this YouTube video, where I warned that if price closed a week or closed the month or anything below this level, then there's a possibility of it going to 53,000, right? But what did we see on this weekly candle close and the monthly candle? I'll show you soon. But the weekly candle close, it closed above the level, and it closed above nicely too. Look at this wick. This wick with this, yeah, it just looks so, so beautiful, right? And this really means that this is still support. There's still nothing to worry about, but if there was ever a candle to close below it, because it's never happened before, after it broke out, then that's when you worry. But since it never closed below, we don't need to worry now. And it looks like this is going to hold for possibly a continuation higher and higher, right? And if we add the confluence of the Ichimoku on here and the the EMA, we can see that price has held the 21 EMA as well, which was a confluence of that level as well. But there's still some resistance of the 8. There's some resistance of the 21, or sorry, of the conversion line. But once that's able to get broken as resistance, then it'll challenge this blue level again for a continuation higher and higher. So this is going to be resistance still, like pretty strong resistance too, as we can see from the past. But if this ever gets flipped to support, the next levels do sit really nice up here above 100,000. Depending on time, could be 115, could be 108, 16, 100, whatever, right? But the bottom line is support is holding. It's going up towards resistance again. Once resistance flips to support, it's going to go much, much, much higher, right? So let's go take a look at it on log scale. And here it is. And with that bull market support band still on the screen from the total crypto market cap, we can see that that last weekly candle was a fake out. It wicked way below the bull market support band, but closed the week above. Like the market makers were manipulating it the whole time. Like even over the weekend, it was below these levels the whole time. Like it was like 60,000, 60,700, 61,000, 61. Yeah, it was so close, right? So close. But the market makers, they closed the week back above it. So let's just take that off. And one thing I wanted to point out here is even on log scale, it closed above a level, right? There was 1 week that it closed below, but it didn't really matter because on linear scale, it held that support. But on log scale, it even closed above that level. That kind of is significant for a continuation higher. Now, let's zoom out just so I can show you all the levels on log scale here. And all the levels are still perfect. I think I've shown you this one before, the last video I did on Bitcoin. And the orange level back tested as support. The blue level came up, back tested it as support. The green level, resistance, and was the top of the market back in 2021, came back down, and now what is price doing? It is exactly on top of that green level still, flipping it to support. Like this is the most bullish chart, in my opinion, that you can ever see for Bitcoin, because a previous resistance level, flipping it to support with all these wicks below that level, this is really significant, really important. So as long as those levels hold, things are going to go much higher. And on this chart, I think I showed you before, it looks like it is going to go eventually to $2 million per Bitcoin, possibly by the year 2000, maybe 33, right? Possibly by that time. So things are looking really good for this chart. And if we change it to the monthly candles here, just show you more indicators here, you can see it a little bit better. And we'll show you the Ichimoku on the monthly chart. And we can see that it's above everything. The conversion line moved up to 53,948. And the baseline is there. The cloud is green. Is still 100% bullish, right? So there is no indication this is really ready to slow down yet. And the weekly candle close and the monthly candle close just proved that. So essentially, things are holding nicely. So that last video I put about warning you, if it closes below there, we can ignore that now because it did not close below 61,300. It closed well above. And now things look really good for a continuation higher. So is it time to get really excited yet? Not yet, because like I showed you on the weekly chart here, you can see this resistance above, right? On the weekly chart right here for Bitcoin, the resistance of the conversion line, the resistance of the AEMA, and the resistance of this angle still sit ahead, right? So it's not really time to get super excited yet until this blue angle flips to support. And once this blue angle flips to support, I'll be so excited on X, and I'll be like, everything's going to go to 100,000 so fast. And you'll see, it's going to happen. But one step at a time. So you got to close above these, then this, and then it's go time. So it's just a matter of time, just more patience, but hang in there. Good things will come.